Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another SwansCast podcast. I'm joined once again by Ben and Lee. Welcome back to both of you.
How are we both?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. A bit tired, but cracking on as always. How are you as well, Ben and Lee, of course?
Shattered. I feel like Lee, where he says, "Oh, end of year, end of month, whatever, working on after hours." That's me at the minute, and just report writing in the night.
Lee, how was things yourself?
Yeah, not bad. Always busy, and 27 days into dry Jan. But
Are you doing it, are you?
I've made it this far. I'm going to try and go into mid-Feb as well if I can, but we'll see when the Six Nations kicks off if I can do that. But we're 27 days in.
Fair enough. Definitely have to give it up by the end of February. But yeah, we'll see what happens when we get there. Okay, so obviously got a couple of games to talk about for the Swans. We've got 3 games altogether. There's a new sign-in, recalls, and then we're going to have a quick discussion specifically about like how we rate the players so far this season. I didn't give anyone time to prep, so it's going to be off the cuff and hopefully a bit not going to be in detailed. We'll do it in detailed at the end of the season, but I just wanted to get something down on paper so that we can see what we think. I know it's not quite halfway, it's a little bit over halfway, but we can judge it as if it's halfway and then compare to what we think by the end, whilst we also compare our transfer scores at the end of the season. We can also do these ones. So that's what the agenda is today. So the 3 games we've got to talk about, of course, 2 back-to-back home games, 4 points from Birmingham, first of all, where we drew 1-1. Blackburn, Swans won 3-1, and then a 2-1 defeat against the Hull, which I think probably has the most talking points for probably not the most positive reasons, or maybe positive is not the right word, but like some frustrations maybe from that game. What could have been on a different day. But where does anyone want to begin then? Anything to begin with those 3 games? Any sort of themes you want to get out there?
I say just probably we've gone a season where maybe we got a couple of points early on in the season that we shouldn't have done. Maybe now for the first time we're seeing good performances and not getting the rub of the green we deserve. I think obviously we win the Blackburn game. There's less talking points in that game because it was poor opposition. I think we won more because Blackburn were bad more than anything. But then the Birmingham and the Hull games, I think that could have easily been 4 points on another like timeline, whatever you want to call it. But instead, we're only coming away with 1 total.
Yeah, it's spot on. I think the 3 games kind of summed it up. I think we're playing so much better, aren't we? I think we're like a totally different side to what we were at the start of the season. But like Ben said, we're not getting the rub of the green, and we're just not putting teams away. I think there's so many games you can look at over like Matos' time in particular, where we're playing really well and deserve more out of the game, but we're just not putting teams away. I think that's the theme. Really, Blackburn aside, like you said, but especially Birmingham and Hull, I think we definitely should have had more points from both of them.
I didn't realise we had 12 shots in the second half against Hull.
Yeah.
We were brilliant second half.
Birmingham, obviously, it was a poor goal for us to concede. We let them back in. We should have put them to the sword sooner. That's fair enough. But we hit the woodwork 3 times. When have you ever,
against
can you ever
Birmingham,
remember us? Yeah, can you ever remember us hitting the woodwork 3 times in the game? And this is what I mean with rub of the green. Their goal, they hit the woodwork. Difference is it bounced off the bar and straight in, out.
Yeah.
You know, there's bad misses in there from us in terms of like Ronald's one in particular. It was like, 2.5, 3 yards out and he's blasted it at the bar. You got to like keep it down a bit more from there. I'm struggling to even remember.
Cullen was one of them, wasn't he, when he came on?
Cullen's header,
It was a good head. It was a clean header back where it came, does everything he's supposed to do.
Franco, in the first half, the keeper saved it onto the bar, then he was a really good save.
And that was hell of a save, yeah. So, you know, I'm not being too harsh on Franco and Cullen because Franco's one, he did everything right again. Hit a cross goal. Hopefully it could have bounced back into play. It didn't. You know, back onto one of our players ready to tap in. It didn't happen. Cullen, not known for his heading ability, but did the right thing there. Ronald's one just a bit. Yeah, I can understand why he wanted to lift it because there were players on the line and that, but I don't think I could hit the bar from 2 yards out if I tried, to be honest.
While you mentioned Franco, I just feel like I need to say he's been very, very good in this. Well, specifically the 2 home games. I didn't watch the Hull game, so I can't comment on his performance there. But I watched the other 2, and I just want to say, because I did kind of call him out a bit on the last podcast, and I know that didn't go down well with some people in the comments, but I stand by what I said, because I think I was fair enough in saying it about his theatrics, and and that I wouldn't hesitate to drop him as a result of those, because whatever ability you've got, that was taken away from that a little bit for me. Somebody specifically came at me because of the West Brom away goal, saying that he took an elbow to the face and that is why he was on the floor. Which, whatever, we conceded a goal as a result of it, and as soon as the goal went in, he got up. So I'm going to double down on that. But he's been outstanding the last couple of games, especially at home. I think against Birmingham, he was causing carnage and kind of like behind one of the two positions behind Vipotnik, turning in and getting in behind, and they just couldn't seem to follow his runs. And that sort of energy and movement and positioning is something that I think we haven't seen enough from him this season. But definitely him back to his best, and he probably did deserve to get a goal. He hit the bar, as we just said, really good strike. The commentary was really giving him the plaudits as well on Sky. So, I just wanted to point that out. I'm not here just to criticise for the sake of it. I think it was fair enough what I was saying before, but then equally so, I think it's fair enough to highlight when he's perhaps, I don't know what sort of feedback he's getting from Matos or the coaches, but he started a couple of games now, and I think he's definitely improving what he's doing on the pitch. So,
yeah,
no, I think go on, Ben.
All right. Okay, well, I think it's just because competition, he's being pushed more. There's a few factors, isn't there? You've got Yalkuye, who all of a sudden is looking a lot better and looks like, considering we're right at the end of January, 27th today, and he's still here. I doubt he's getting recalled. You've got Galbraith now, who's going to fare more in midfield because Joel Ward obviously signed on, so there's more competition at right back. Not as much need for Galbraith to be there. You've got Fulton, who's rolling back the years, continuing to look significantly better than anything we've seen from him in the last couple of seasons. And then obviously Stamenic, he was briefly out of the team because his father passed away, and he's back in and he's looking good as well. So there's tons of competition in midfield. So he's got to be at that level if he wants to get on the pitch.
Yeah.
Is the truth of it.
It's fair enough. But yeah, I had to put it in there because they were claiming that elbow to the face of West Brom was a red card. It absolutely wasn't. And we were at the game. There was nothing in that. Absolutely.
No, I think it was fair. Like, I don't think he'd been at the level like he was last season up till now. I think it's fair. He'd shown glimpses. He'd been good in some games, but I was going to say what Ben said. Like, since I think Yalkuye had a good couple of performances off the bench, like around Christmas time and just after Christmas. And like you said, Fulton's come back into the mix and he's playing really well. And I think it's coincided with that. And I thought like Birmingham was probably his best game of the season at home. Franco, it was brilliant. So yeah, I think the competition has just made him up the level. Speaking
of Fulton, again, you just mentioned there, man of the match in the Birmingham game.
Yeah, he was brilliant. And it was unlucky because he was off the pitch, wasn't he, when they scored, which was a bit annoying.
Yeah. And he was off the pitch because he threw his head in front of the ball twice, didn't he, in that game? One of them on the floor. Took a bit of a knock.
And he saved us in that game as well, didn't he? Because I can't remember who it was, but somebody was through one-on-one with the keeper, wasn't he? And he
it was hell of a tackle.
From behind,
he comes from nowhere, and it's one of those where like probably inches away from getting that wrong, and he could be facing a red card and like penalty, but inch perfect. He was one-on-one with the keeper essentially, and he's hooked around and managed to get a tackle in. Really, really good. But I'm just glad for him. I think he's been a bit of a scapegoat. We've talked about it loads on you for quite a while now. Probably, to be fair, since the playoff final all them years ago. That seems to be the moment that it turned, and just the screws just got worse and worse. You still see it a little bit now. Like, he was named in the team sheet against Hull, and as soon as it started not going our way, apparently, or we picked the wrong team. Even though, like, I'm not being funny, but when someone does a howler like Cabango did to go behind, how you can start criticising the team selection is beyond me. But there we go. I think it's one of those, isn't it? You're in the team against Birmingham and he plays really well, but then whatever game he's in there next, and it's away, and we don't go ahead. Apparently that's the problem again. But I think he's more than shown he's still got something to offer. He came off the bench against Blackburn and did really well as well. I'm pretty sure he nearly scored in that game as well. I think he maybe got saved. I can't quite remember now. But I just think it's good that we thought Stamenic was a quality signing in the summer, but maybe there's two of them that can do that role. Like, in the Birmingham
together as well at times, which is interesting. I think it was Oxford away. They both started together, just went in for more of a sit-in performance. and it worked. We got the early goal from Vipotnik and just didn't need to do much else after that. But yeah, he's completed more than an hour in 4 of the last 6 games. So he's
Definitely.
It
I think
happened
Matos
Saturday as
him.
well. I think he brought Stamanic on and didn't take Fulton off. They were both on together against Hull.
But I think it's just reliable, isn't he? And he just puts a graft in that clearly Matos values. And I think if you compare to, like, obviously Matos spent time in Liverpool and there was players there that, I'm not saying they're the same as Fulton, but I think attitude-wise towards the end of his career, someone like Jordan Henderson, who a lot of fans perhaps wanted to move on, was getting a bit slower, doesn't really do much, just kind of there. But the experience is just, you can't match that. And I think maybe in his own way, I'm not saying he's the same player or same level as Henderson, of course, but I think a manager like Matos will value a player like that for similar sort of reasons. But in the Birmingham game specifically, the way that he sat in the base of the midfield allowed Franco, as we just said, to excel in the way that he did, and Vidal then the other side. And Vidal, I think, has come in for a lot of plaudits the last couple of weeks as well, just generally, not specifically for this game, but generally. And isn't there a stat to say that when every game he started under Matos, the Swans he hasn't lost, I believe?
Yeah, he started against Oxford. No, he played 90 minutes against Millwall and we lost.
Oh, did he? Maybe that stat that I saw was before the Millwall game. But yeah, I think he's been really good as well. So fair play. I think whatever system's going on there, I think he's got a couple of midfield options that allow for different dynamics in that 3. And maybe the other point that we should add into this little mini conversation is, where does Galbraith then feature back into that if he goes back into the midfield? Obviously, he got subbed off against Hull, and Josh Key came back into the mix and did half of a game and played all right, to be fair. So if that becomes, if Galbraith is injured now and Key manages to regain that slot and Galbraith ends up being put back in midfield on his return, what sort of options do we use? Like, what's the makeup?
I still think our strongest ones is Vidal and Galbraith at 8. I think that has to work, given time, whether you put Fulton in deeper or Stamanic in deeper. And then there's a weird thing to say, because obviously Franco's playing brilliant, but then, and not being funny, the way we play, we need like 6 midfielders, as stupid as it sounds, because we're gassed by about the hour mark. And you notice that every time Vidal comes off, our performances instantly dip. You do notice immediately because he runs himself into the ground. Similar with Franco, by about the 70th minute, he needs to come off. He doesn't always actually come off. To play the way we do just need our midfielders to be pressing non-stop, and 3 of them can't do that. In terms of pure ability, I think Galbraith has to be there. And then I don't think any of the others are nailed, not because any of them are doing bad. But I think Galbraith's head and shoulders above, and I just don't think any of them else of the other ones have got their name cemented on that team sheet for me.
Yeah, I think you're right. But that speaks to how good the options are at the minute. Because I don't know, when we look back to like maybe a bit earlier on in the season, we were like, no one's kind of playing well, and we didn't know who to pick because we were a bit not sure on form, apart from Galbraith. But you could slot anyone in there now. And I forgot about Yal Kouir as well. You got him there as well. But yeah, you're spot on. You see, like, in all fairness, Vidal and Franco, those 2 in particular, it's visibly like obvious on the pitch that they are absolutely wrecked as well, because they've run themselves into the ground. You can see them like huffing and puffing. I think it was the Blackburn game at home, was it, when I think the ball was in play for ages and you could see like Vidal and Franco struggling, and the goal came from that. I think Galbraith gave it away, if I'm remembering it right. But yeah, I think you're right. We looked tired sometimes, but yeah, we got so many options there in midfield now. It's quite a good problem to have.
Yeah, he gave it away in the corner. They played it up from the keeper though, didn't they? And then he just kind of ran into trouble with no options, but they swarmed him. And when then Blackburn were on the break, we were just well out of position and not able to get back into any meaningful shape in time. But it was a little bit poor from Galbraith, but like, he's kind of in a bit of a blind alley.
I mean,
again,
again,
a place to just kick the ball out, isn't it?
Like, if I'm honest though, this is where we go back to, for the last year or so, Luke saying, if that was Fulton, people would have a go. And now it's come around and we see him playing well. If that was Key, no one would be shutting up about it.
Oh, yeah. Still be.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And he's done so much good this season, Galbraith, I'm not saying. But like you say.
No, absolutely.
you just got to know sometimes when not to mess around with it, because he's so used, Galbraith, to be able to do that in the midfield. And 9 times out of 10, he's so good at turning into space you didn't even know it was there, and he'll keep the ball. But on the 1 out of 10 times he does lose it, at least he's got a CDM and a back four behind him. Can't do that right back.
Yeah.
You can't try and do that when you've literally just got Cabango with the keeper next to you.
Yeah.
No, I think that's spot on. Obviously, we don't really tweet out bad things about players. We obviously discuss things on a podcast. We've discussed about Key when he's at poor form, so I think it's fair to highlight, as you just did there. Like I said at the time when we were watching, that was quite poor from him, from Galbraith. But I think, is it fair to say that maybe the last couple of games, there's a lot of talk that maybe he's looking a bit tired. It's probably his worst run of form. However, to caveat that, maybe it's been a bit more, noticed a bit less, because I think the team as a whole has picked up. So he doesn't have to be the one standing out all the time, which is probably a good thing. But then if he's now not standing out and a little bit having a bit of an off couple of games, it's probably coming the right time, if that is what it is.
Yeah, I do think he's playing through a knock or something. And it is worth pointing out, despite like the fact I think maybe he's looking a bit more leggy. Maybe the season's taken its toll on him a bit because he was carrying us on his back for a while. I do think against
internationals.
Yeah, because he's obviously Northern Ireland international. I think against Birmingham he did very well. I think Lee mentioned just now Franco getting behind a few times against Birmingham, making that good run beyond. It was Galbraith finding him every single time. He was the one, threading the needle. It's like, you can still do that for us going forward, and that's why, if it can click, I do like him in number 8. It's just my issue. I've said it before. My issue is he finds more space when he's at right back because he's not being marked. He isn't facing back towards our own goal with another midfielder up his backside. So it's just like trying to find that balance. It would be ideal, to be honest, if we had a right back who can just sort of keep changing with him. Key tries to do it, but it's just never really quite worked.
No.
Which, maybe it's a good time to drop Philip Liss's name in the conversation, because he's having rave reviews out in Falkirk at the minute, playing at right back for them on loan. Plenty of people saying, should we have recalled him? Doesn't look like it's going to happen now that we've signed Ward till the summer. But you got Key's contract up in the summer, you got Ward's contract up in the summer, and you got Liss's loan coming to the end of the season.
Is Key this summer?
Yeah, we got an option to extend it by a year. Still haven't done it though, have we? We did, and we gave Timon a new deal who had that option all the way back in like September, was it? So maybe we'll wait until after January in case we get any offers for him, Key now. But I don't know. Like, you don't really want to trigger it when you have 6 months where you can wait it out and assess your options, do you? But it's a sliding door moment for me, I think. Do you give Key a new deal? Is Joel Ward just a 6-month stopgap, or do you want him here for another season? Do you want to integrate Lister into the starting lineup? Do you want that at centre back, left back, right back? Because he's played across the back line. So plenty to consider there, I think.
And like everything aside, I do think we should trigger that because even if it's a case of he needs replacing, I'd rather him not.
I think if you look forward, it depends on the salary. But if you look
I can't
forward,
imagine it'd be massive. He came from Exeter, so he had one contract.
Usually the way this works, though,
and free. He was free as well.
Well, it was compensation.
You know what I mean? It wasn't a fee for like the club, like transfer fee.
It would have been about $500,000 though. It would have been.
Yeah, but it's not. I just think he wouldn't have demanded a high salary.
But equally, he was a free agent in the sense that he had his pick of the clubs for a nominal fee. So we weren't the only club interested. I think it was a good 6. At the time, he were touted as wanting him supposedly, so it wouldn't have been pittance either. There was talk of him being potential to be top 6 right back in the league, and that hasn't happened. He's not going to be on 5K a week, is he? He's going to be on this extra year. He'll probably bump up his salary from whatever it was as well. As my point. So say now he was on $8,000, it could go up to 10, 11. I'm guessing. Are
they not normally the same? Because that's the whole thing with Cullen, wasn't it? When he wanted a new deal, and we were like, "No, we're just going to do the extension."
Depends how good the agent is, I guess. Cullen's one was his academy contract, wasn't it? It's not the same as moving up to the championship.
I don't know if, I think going forward though, I think you've got to probably assume that Galbraith's not going to be here for a long time, and I don't think Ward will be here beyond this season. So that leaves us without the right back really. If you let Key go again, into next season, so I think you probably trigger it and then bring Lissa back, and he probably comes into the fold in pre-season and let them battle it out, maybe. But
I think
I will say I thought Key was all right when he came on Saturday. I think he made like one mistake defensively, but I think we were pressing forward a lot because we were 2-1 down. I think but he got in behind quite a few times, like on the right hand side. I thought he looked quite sharp when he came on.
I hope he can get back to his best. I don't think he's a player that we should be chucking out because he had like a couple of months when he was off form. Like I've criticised him a lot, but he's not been. His time at Swansea's not been. Right, we need to sell him from day one. Is it? So like, apparently there was talk that he was having a bit of a tough moment off the pitch as well. So I'd imagine that affected maybe some of his performances if the mind's not at ease or whatever it is. But if we can reintegrate him now with a bit less pressure towards the end of the season, I think he was silly not to keep him next year. And then whether it's Lissa that comes into the fold as a second right back, or you go and sign someone else with the intention of them being the first choice, but then allow them both to fight it out for that jersey, whoever it is, and then he might play his way back into to being that player. I don't think it's the end of the road. And even if that road for him is a different club, it wouldn't surprise me to see him pick his career back up. I don't think he's a horrendous player.
I don't think he's a horrendous player. I kind of disagree, though, because I think in this situation, you've got to ask yourself a couple of questions. One of those questions is, what are our ambitions? Because based off the 12 mil, whatever we spent last summer, I want to say our ambitions are top 6. So you've got a player comes to the end of the contract. You'd have to say chances of getting a decent fee for him in any regards are low. Because the other question you've got to ask yourself is, look at the championship table right now. How many teams does Josh Key start for in the championship?
No, but this is my point. Like, I'm not saying that I don't think he necessarily will get to the position of being like a top 6 right back. But when we don't have any right backs, and if we let him go this summer, then we have to get at least 2. And where else do we want to bring players in? We've only got a certain amount of money we're going to spend. So I would rather keep him for at least another year, maybe even if he becomes the second choice right back next year. And then he could be part of the sort of turnover the year after, where hopefully we've addressed some of the problems that we're clearly going to have this summer as well.
Yeah.
And if
he
has,
go on.
Ben. No, I was going to say, if he's your second choice right back, like it's pretty good, isn't it? As a second choice right back, and you brought in a better one, but depends whether or not he wants that. He probably wants to play, doesn't he?
Well, it's tough, isn't it? If he's got an extension on his year, he's going for free next year anyway, then you won't have a choice, will he? And I don't think you're going to go and sign a second choice right back for like less than you're paying him.
Because now, for example, if Galbraith's obviously our first choice right back at the minute, and he's picked up a knock, and you're bringing in Key, that's not bad, is it? I mean, for as bad as he has had bad performances this season, but it's not bad.
But I feel like his performance has deteriorated with the pressure. Like you make a mistake, get jumped on, and we all do it. And then it's like, we talk about it sometimes to me, where like sometimes when you highlight the mistake and criticize and all of this, like the players just go into their shells a bit. I feel like he's one that seems to have done that a bit more. So the more bad that he did, the worse it got, to the point where he came out. Where was it when he came off the bench and had an absolute stinker from the Stoke, when he made a howler as soon as he came on, because he did that goal. But yeah, I don't think it's game over. But I do think we need a better right back. Don't get me wrong. Maybe it's my being reasonable from like what we've had in past transfer window. I know last summer was different and better, but then I'm still like, are we going to do that again? Are we really going to go and spend our money again? So I'm thinking like, where do we actually want to go and spend money this summer? And I think creation and like the wing areas and behind the striker to create opportunities for me is like perhaps more of a priority. So if Key is there, like as a right back, I'd rather just bring 1 in than 2.
Yeah, it depends how much they back Lissa, because they'll know more than we know. Like all we're doing is reading stuff the Falkirk fans are saying. But point being, they could just want Lissa to be cover across the entire back line, because I don't even think he's particularly tall. I think he's 5'11", so probably not best suited to being, in a 2 centre back pairing. But he's played left back, he's played right back this season. Tyman's got no one behind him in terms of a permanent solution, so that sort of covers there. Do they want Lissa as a right back starter? Do they want just go out and handpick someone who's near enough top 6 quality now? Because if they want Lissa at right back and they want that level of quality immediately, then we got 3 right backs. So for me, it just depends on Lissa. And I don't think he's only got a year in his deal. I think.
Lissa?
I think we have an option for Red. So
but I'd imagine
as well.
if it's in our favour, maybe we can trigger it. But he probably will want a new contract rather than an extension.
Yeah, because it's a weird one as well, right? Because we were banging the drum for ages with Lissa. Like, where is he? We had like no good defenders, and he just wasn't even playing for the youth team. And then all of a sudden, he has this random loan out of nowhere to Scotland, and he's firing on all cylinders. So it's like good because I didn't think we were gonna. Yeah, but even then, there was just like rumors. There was like a falling out or something. We never really got to the bottom of what it was. But then I honestly didn't think there was going to be anyone from the youth team breaking through anytime soon. I thought Congreve, Cottrell might have come back and deputized on the bench here and there. But I didn't think there was anyone seriously in consideration of like potentially breaking into the team properly.
Ben Lloyd maybe as well.
Yeah, you got to talk about like if we're on right backs as well. I mean, talk about Sam Parker. Like he doesn't seem to get a look in at all, does he?
He needs to go on loan because, like, what's the point?
Especially now they've brought Ward in as well. I think.
Yeah,
he needs to go on loan.
He's been on the bench a few times recently, and he just can't get on the pitch. He's on the bench against Blackburn.
Yeah, it's strange. He's been on the bench quite a bit. He seems to come in and out. Obviously, like injuries pending, he seems to come in and out of the bench. But he hasn't put any game time really together this year, has he?
I said a lot when we didn't have Ward yet. He was dropped just for his own sake, just to collect himself for a bit. Galbraith was playing a right back, and Parkus. I don't even think one of those times he weren't even on the bench still.
And I just don't get it. I
didn't realize he hasn't had a
league in the cup early
season.
No. Did in the cup earlier this season, and I'm pretty sure they sent all the kids on loan and kept Parker, and I'm pretty sure the intention was for him to be second choice right back, and he just can't get on the pitch. I just don't understand it. I feel sorry for the lad. Like a couple of seasons ago, he was exciting, coming off the bench and like whipping crosses in our pinpoint, and everyone was loving it. And then he got injured, and he come back into the first team pictures after that injury, but now he can't get on the pitch. He was getting on the pitch when he was 2 years younger. Far more regularly. But you mentioned about you didn't know who's going to break through. I just feel like there's been a reluctance to try anyone for a long time. And I thought Matos was going to come in. I'm not trying to criticize Matos here, but it was a lot made of his youth links at Liverpool, and that's what his role was, and he'd be good at coaching. And I know he hadn't been here that long, but still haven't seen anyone come off the bench that often. You think he'd want to try and be like, right, we're winning this game. Have 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think with Matos, I think he's making incremental changes. I think he didn't change. Like if you look at when he first came in, I think a lot has changed since then. But he seems to have made small changes as we go along.
Yeah.
Like even with the selection, I think he just kept the selection the same for a while, and then all of a sudden, he's introducing Fulton in now. And then he's kept a lot of things the same. And then he brought Yalkoué back in a couple of times. So I think hopefully, maybe Parker will come in at some point. But it's strange. I didn't realize he didn't have a minute on the pitch this year. That's weird.
You have in the League Cup, I think, but that's it. He didn't play in the FA Cup either. So I thought he might have against West Brom, but I think he didn't.
Kind of need to reset again with the youth players. It's a funny one, isn't it? Because they go out on loan and they come back. I think they get another chance pre-season then, don't they? Matos will have a pre-season and get to see him all properly, and then maybe see no breaks.
Same as Bobby Wales, though. He wants to send him on loan, you said. So, he's used him a few times, but I feel like he used him a couple of games in a row and then he haven't used him at all. So,
yeah, if we get a striker in on loan, it's probably to help let Bobby Wales go on loan himself, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want to see a few more youth players getting used, and to hear them go away then to these clubs and have such a good time. And for Congreve, he had a good season last year as well when he was on loan. So and Cottrell,
they do.
So I know,
just playing devil's advocate, or they do go to a lower level, don't they? I think Congreve was at Barrow last year, wasn't he? I think it was
Bromley.
Yeah,
Bromley, that was it. But no, I'm not saying they've done really well, so they deserve their chance. They definitely deserve their chance, and especially when their positions are in areas that we are lacking, like you said, right back. You'd think he'd play in Congreve, we're desperate for creative
on the wing.
players.
Yeah, or behind the striker.
So you'd think they'd get game time, but. Yeah, it's strange though. With Wales, to send him out on loan to bring another striker in on loan when he does injured, I just think
So is Wales just not
Yeah.
the long term? Then,
But
like,
that to me, that's them saying he's definitely not ready now, or potentially he's not going to be good enough going forward. So
Yeah, I mean, it's his
I
first
thought he's
time
done
in
alright, to be fair.
senior English
I think
football.
he's been all right.
I do feel like he needs to maybe go League One,
Yeah.
play a bunch of 90 minutes, because for now, he's not displacing Vipotnik, is he? So how much is he going to develop having 10, 15 minutes off the bench here and next? You can't take Vipotnik off half the time,
you're
because
right.
you need him on the
No.
pitch.
You're right, but if Cullen's like primarily playing 10, well, he is, and he's second striker at the moment, and he with Vipotnik being the only one. But like Wales as well, he played on the wing up in his old club where we got him from sometimes, and again, wing area that, especially for Noosa's out now as well, is somewhere that you should perhaps have opportunities. I just think we have got history recently of throwing strikers away, not giving them a chance, and then they go elsewhere and prove themselves. And there's two I can say to different levels. One of them is Morgan Whittaker, and to be fair, I wasn't calling for him to have any impact, but like, how has he gone and made the career that he's got? Like, we are missing something, is my point. We should be finding. We brought him in for a reason. Why did he not ever get that chance here? And then secondly, Kyle Joseph, who like, he's the mainstay in the Hull squad now. He's scored like 7 goals this season for them. I'm not saying that he should be a lead striker for us, but again, they play him on the wing sometimes as well.
Yeah.
And they love him now. The fans up there love him.
I was saying this the other day, like, because we played Hull on Saturday, and I'm having this conversation with my mates, and I said, if we had Whittaker and Joseph on the wings now, I think we'd be up there. We'd be playoffs, I think. I know, like, it's ifs and buts, isn't it? And things have got to change.
We're finding these players,
scoring wingers. Like, if we had those two and Vipotnik, we'd be top 6 easy.
But we're finding them, bringing them in, letting them sit in the reserves, deciding they're not for us, and then letting them go. And then a year or two later, they're class.
Kyle Joseph is a weird one, mind, because he went to Blackpool. He scored 9 goals in 66 games, and Hull went, yeah, there we are. We'll get you for $1 million from League One.
He had a bad first season, and then he was quite good second season. He was scoring quite regular in that, and they signed him in January then. And they signed him last January because Hull couldn't score a goal. He didn't have a good first half of the season with Hull, but he's been quite good this season. When I was doing the preview with Ant for the Hull game, he said like his relationship with McBurney has really helped him, and he's also learned to be a bit of a nuisance from McBurney, let's say, which has kind of helped him as well. So, yeah.
Maybe the next one we're going to chuck away is Cameron Congreve, because I do honestly think we're just dying for an inverted winger off the right wing.
Yeah.
To offer something different.
Look at if you look at the Birmingham game, right? We'll go back to the games. Like, Franco was going out wide, right? Like in that position, because he got the ball in for Vipotnik's goal and he cut inside and hit the bar, didn't he, when the keeper saved it? He was going in. Congreve in that position, it just seems like it would work for me. But
you're just looking for somebody, not even like cut in and do what Om does and try and beat 4 people and bend it towards the back post. Just somebody who can go the other way, have the full back overlap, as you've got both options when you're in that phase of play. And even if it's just curl a ball in towards the back post, it gives Timon freedom to bomb up, get to the back post, and then let Vipotnik sit between and potentially get between the centre backs. Because right now, say now in that scenario, you've got Om cutting in and looking to whip it. You got Ronald you're trying to get on the end of. He's not exactly got any aerial prowess, any movement in the box. Vipotnik
didn't have to say aerial, you could just said any.
Vipotnik does just find it more difficult to get away. Like, Vipotnik's best in terms of in the box in transition. The amount of times now, the last like 6 weeks, we've seen timing his run perfectly. And putting a ball across the face of the box, whether it be in the air or whether it be on the floor. And Vipotnik just arrived at the right time. They've got that on lock now. You don't often see us doing our, not slow anymore, but slower build-up play, and then packing the box of bodies and somebody getting free, because it's just the people on the end of the cross. Maybe we don't get the quality of balls into the box. I feel like Congreve could do that.
Yeah.
I think we're missing a trick. I really want. They speak about it, don't they? The higher ups speak about that's the intention going forward. Get category 1 again in the academy and start using them and developing them and selling them. But you can't sell them if they're not playing. You can't sell them off the back of loans to Scottish League for like any substantial fee. So I'll let Matos off this season, but I want to see it next season from day one of them at least. in the picture. And nice to see at the end of this season somebody when hopefully we get to the position where we're on the beach. I want to see her then. Do you know what I mean? I want to see that then.
Also, I think
but
like
time will tell.
In terms of current squad, like for Matos, he's only really got Parker, isn't he, in Wales, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
but,
and they could have recalled people though, couldn't they?
Yeah, I think did I read the other day as well? I think they've only now just hired a loans manager. I don't think they had one until the last week or two.
Promoted from within, I think, was it? Seems to be highly regarded.
Yeah, so I don't know if we had one.
Alan
before.
Curtis doing that back in the day.
Yeah,
a long time ago.
A long time ago, but yeah, so it looks like we've got one in now. So maybe because from what we hear, like you said, we see like Falkirk fans and everyone saying how good Lisser is. Obviously, the club must be keeping tabs on what he's doing, but it seems like now they've appointed someone into that position to be dedicated to looking at what they're doing. So hopefully, I think, like you said, I think it's too late to recall him now for January, but maybe going into next year.
Yeah. And Ollie Cooper came back, didn't he? And he made an appearance off the bench against Blackburn, I think it was. He done right. He looked a bit rusty. I think he lost the ball quite a lot, to be fair. But I think probably an adjustment to play in the system. But he looked like he could be part of it, but perhaps a bit lightweight at times.
I think he'll suit him more. I think Matt also suited him a lot more than Sheehan, a lot more than Luke Williams. I feel like it's a chance for him if he drifts off to that left wing. But again, we don't need him on the left, but that's where he would be best off the left, whether it's at 8, but more likely on the left wing. He does well in transition, Ollie Cooper. That's why he was made to look so good under Russell Martin, because we played with 2 cams.
Yeah.
We were quite expansive. At times it was slow at times, but also he did have time to pick up the ball and just run into space. We would move the ball about, so we'd have 5-10 yards of space ahead of him. And he's had that a couple of times when he came on there again and didn't quite have the end product. He doesn't usually, to be fair, does he? But if he can just learn to release the ball at the right time, because that's been his Achilles heel for a few years.
Running into trouble.
Yeah, he picks up the ball. Not necessarily beats a man, but he just
makes a good run and then runs into someone.
And it's like, you can argue, okay, somebody needs to show for him, but it's like, I don't think he knows it's okay to turn back. Sometimes you may get a couple groans, but sometimes it's better to turn back and circulate the ball than it is just try and run through a man, because 9 times out of 10, you're just going to lose the ball.
Yeah. And Amir Govia's loan has been terminated from Girona. We spoke about this recently to me because we thought that they were going to sign him, but apparently 9 minutes of football this season and injury nightmare. So I'm not sure what's going to happen there, but to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised to just see him disappear, I think.
It's a shame, isn't it? Because obviously Jordi Gavea's brother, and he came in from Real Madrid years ago. I think it was first year after coming down with a load of promise and, potential to eventually break through to the team. But it was just injury after injury that, curtailed his Swans career. Now here his brother is exactly the same issue. So,
Let's talk about the specific moments in the Hull game then, finally, because I think that's the elephant in the room we haven't touched on. Lee, you watched the game in all its glory. Nicky, who's been on the podcast before, went to the game, didn't you, said?
Yeah, he went out. Doesn't live far from there, so it was like our version of West Brom for him. So it's a nice trip down there. I don't know. I was going to pretend I knew what road it was then, but yeah, he's it's about an hour and a half away from him, so nice trip. But I honestly thought we were the better side totally in that game, and somehow we lost that game. It was just everything went wrong. I thought the performance was spot on. Like people say about team selection, I thought he got it spot on. Tactics was spot on. We just didn't win the game. It just didn't happen for us. Everything went against us, and it's just one of them games where you're just really frustrated. Like first, before the penalty, I thought we were on top. We had most of the ball. We were controlling it, and then.
Do you want to talk about the penalty?
Yeah, I was going to say, and then so I thought we were like probably just edging the game at that time, and then Cabango. I've watched it back, and I have no idea. I thought maybe think somebody's behind him. I have no idea what he's doing.
Was it mentioned in any of the press conferences? Like, has there been anything addressed with it?
I saw Matos defended him, just saying look, he's been great for us all season. He saved us on other occasions, as you'd expect him to say. But it's just I have no idea what he's doing, and I think everybody feels the same. There's just no need for him to do that, and it was a gift because we were on top, I thought, and we just gifted him a 1-0 lead. That was baffling to me.
So. I watched it and it looks like he's putting his arms in the air to like, they when they try and get a bit of height, they put their arms up to like push himself, but then his arm just kind of doesn't come down. I don't get it. I just baffling. What was his reaction after he'd done it? Like, sorry, or like just like
yeah, a bit sheepish. I thought maybe he was going to claim like a foul or something. I think he kind of half did, but I think he knew himself. Like, well, yeah, that was stupid.
What about after the penalty?
Yeah, so like we gifted a 1-0 lead, and then Vipotnik was probably the miss of the season. It's hard to criticise him too much, but. And then he had another golden chance, which he probably should have put away. So there's 2 chances there for us, which we should have taken.
The second chance wasn't as clear. Like he was in on goal.
No, it wasn't as bad as the first one.
I don't know if you go back and watch the replay of the second shot. He was literally sideways in midair as he took the shot. I think the defender had pushed him off his balance. He did well to get a shot on goal. It was the first one. Yes, it's clear cut as a miss as you're going to see from him all season. Not, he puts away such difficult chances. He doesn't often get such easy ones like that. But
yeah, I think you're right. I think like the second one, we're probably like expecting him to score because he's done so well this year, but it wasn't as easy as the first one. I just can't believe it. Like, what a time for that to happen. I mean, you got to let him off. I mean, he's saved us so many times this season, and with his goals. It's just frustrating that it didn't go in, and then obviously we had another like half chance from him, and then they went up the other end and scored then, and we were 2-0 down in a game that I thought we were the better side.
Yeah. It's worth mentioning he's outright top scorer in the league by 2 goals at the time of recording.
Yeah, and he should have scored there as well.
Brace against Blackburn, that was
clear. Yeah, and then I think after we went 2-0 down, then I think we kind of were a bit shell shocked then, and they think they had a couple of chances. They probably could have gone 3 up then because their tails were up, obviously being 2-0 up at home. I think they had another chance which like bounced off the striker and just went past the post. We could have been 3-0 down at half time in a game when I thought we were the better side. And then, to be fair to Matos, like he recouped them in the second half, and I thought we were just as good as again. We were brilliant second half, and we probably deserved the point. I thought we were really, really good second half again. It's just frustrating. It didn't happen.
Obviously, Callan got a goal back with a header from a corner. I thought when I watched it back that I wasn't convinced it went in before. It just felt that it comes to the back post. Like, I mean, they credited it to Callan. They're not going to take it away, but I'm dubious goals panel to actually see who got that one.
It's a good header from Callan, to be fair.
Yeah, fantastic finish. Well, but after that, did it look like we were maybe knocking on the door for equaliser, or did it just fizzle out?
Yeah, no. To be fair, we were knocking on. I think he made 3 subs at once on the I want to say the 70-minute mark, and it did kind of dent the momentum a little bit because I thought we were still on top for most of the game, but when the 3 subs came on, like 70th minute, it kind of slowed down a bit, as it would when you make 3 changes, but then it picked up again. Like Key came on and he got in quite a few times behind, and I think he like messed up a cross. It went straight to the keeper, but Stamanic had a good shot on goal, and there were a couple of other half chances. It was all us second half.
Figaro made a good double save at the end, though, didn't he?
Yeah, that was like we were pressing.
Yeah.
And they as you'd expect, then they caught us a bit on the break. But yeah, to be honest, I was gutted we lost that game because we deserved at least a point.
Carl Joseph was the second highest rated player on SofaScore. Frustrating. But there we are. What were the chances of Vipotnik missing that? I think a lot of people would have put a lot of money on that going in, but it wasn't to be.
Gutted.
But I think I was saying to Ben before we started recording, as much as the results frustrating, it didn't feel the same as the tight defeats we were having earlier in the season away from home. I think we spoke a lot about our attack being poor this season, but at least you can see the progress and that getting better in situations like this. Even though we didn't get the result, I think the frustration why Sheehan lost his job was because you couldn't see any improvement and you couldn't see any direction and sort of like the team getting better long term. But I think the signs were there to show that stuff is, going in the right direction. So even if the results don't come now, it's probably okay. As long as the right things are happening.
I think it's the same sort of thing I've been saying all season, not to drag it back up. I think Matos has been brilliant. When we're a different team now. Like you look at Hull, I couldn't believe they were 5 points off the top 2. I was quite surprised at that because they beat us. They equalised down here, didn't they? 96th minute, and we definitely should have got something up there. Birmingham, like, we should have won that game as well. We had plenty of chances to win that game. Like, we beat Wrexham, we're also in the playoffs. I didn't think much of them. So we're competing with these teams. I think we're good enough to compete with these teams. I think we can argue how good the quality of the league is, but we are more than matching these teams now that I can see. But we don't have the quality in the final third to kill the games off. And it is absolutely killing us at the minute. Like, it's glaringly obvious now. Like, you've got Vipotnik with 13 goals, but there is no contribution from any other attacking player, and it's costing us. If we had another winger in particular, if we had another winger that was contributing with goals and assists, we may be like playoff bound. That's how tight the league is. That just might be me going over the top, but that's just how I see it, especially with the Birmingham and the whole game this week.
New signing on loan, Gustavo Nunes made his debut. So what did you make of his contribution? Signed from Brentford, 20-year-old. I think it's his first proper footballer, wasn't it, at this level. So anything to say on him?
It did, to be fair. There's not really much I can say from that performance. He came on. He had a couple of touches, but nothing really to highlight. I think hopefully he'll have another week in training now and see if he gets a bit more game time on Saturday. But we need something from him. I think he will compete with Ronald and Eom. I think they might prefer him on the right or the left. I'm not sure, but it's got to be better than what we've got.
Yeah, right. We're going to do this quick fire then because time's getting on a bit. But we are going to go through and rank the players. All I want is I'm going to read the name out, and I want off the cuff, gut feeling. Don't need to give any context. We'll talk about context at the end of the season when we rate them for the full year. Just tell me a number between 1 and 10 or 0, but I feel like no one's going to get a 0 of how that player's performed. I'll do the ones that we've seen. There's probably some names on the list that we probably haven't seen, so we'll leave them off. But yeah, so I'll put this on the screen. Right, so Andy Fisher, then we'll start with Ben, just because I've gone alphabetical order. Okay, Lee?
5.
I'm going to go 7. Lawrence Vigoro?
9.
9.
Yeah, I think I'll agree on 9 on that one. We haven't seen Paul Farman play, have we?
Skip.
No.
10 for him.
Josh Key?
3.
Oof.
Yeah, 3.
I'm going to go... I'm going to go 3 as well.
Do you want to switch your order up? So it's not
I'll do after Cabango, so you can do this one.
8.
6.
7. Lee, do you want to go first for Josh Timon?
9.
10.
10.
Oh, I like it.
I'll probably say 9 as well. Lee on Cameron Burgess.
7.
7, Ben.
6.
6. I'm going to go 6 as well. I mean, how many own goals has he scored?
3, but I'm still counting Doku's for City as Burgess myself.
Okay. Ishii Samuel Smith.
5.
Go first.
Ben's
going first. No, Ben said 5 is fine. Lee?
Yeah, 5. It's down the middle.
I'm going to go 6. I think when he's played, he's been all right. I'll go first. And Ricardo Santos, I mean, we used to play it once, and it's a difficult one. I'll just go 5. Ben?
3.
I'm just giving him a rating on the fact that he beat the Noosa in a race to get back and defend.
I'm giving him a rating based on the fact that we've tried to sell him 6 months after buying him.
Yeah,
we're not rating the situation around the signings. We're rating the performances, and you can't.
We're rating 22 minutes.
Yeah, but I give him a 5 because there isn't anything. Basically, it's as average as you can get, isn't it?
I've gone 5 for average, just for a non-rating, really. So yeah, down the middle, 5.
Okay, Joel Ward. Probably seen more of him than Santos, to be fair. I'm going to say 5 as well because I don't feel like there's nothing much to talk about yet.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, I'm going with my middle rating.
Obviously, these are the ones
5.
that, well, him specifically, the end of the season, maybe we'll have more to go on, so that might change. Sam Parker, he has played.
He hasn't played.
He's played more than Santos. He played in the Cups early in the season.
I can't bring myself to give him a bad rating because I don't feel like he deserves it.
No,
I'm going with 5 because it's the same reasoning, to be honest.
Just go 5 then. Just go 5s across the board. Skip these 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could say that this has had a class season. Lee, do you want to go first?
Here we
go.
Fulton. 7.
Oh, 7. I'll go 8.
7.
7. Stamenic, then Ben. You can go first. You.
7.
7.
Patchy.
Yeah, 7. I'm going same as Fulton and Stamenic.
7. I'll go 8 as well then. Vidal, I'll go first. You. I think Vidal 7. Ben.
6.
Yeah, I was going to say 6. Yeah.
No, I'm the optimistic one this time. Yalkuyeli.
6.
Going 5. Ben.
5.
Ben on Franco.
6.
6. Lee.
7.
7. I'm going to go 6 as well. Galbraith. So it's me, isn't it, to go first this time? I mean, 9. It's got to be, isn't it? Ben.
9.
Lee.
10.
Ooh. No one's perfect. Ollie Cooper. He played a little bit at the beginning, and obviously now I'm going to go. I'll just say 5 for the same as the other guys. I think he might have a bit more to say by the time we do this again at the end of the season. So
yeah, 5.
Yeah, go down the middle.
I might highlight these ones that I haven't played much, just so we can remember that's where that rating came from. Okay, Zan Vipotnik, Ben.
10.
Lee.
Yeah, it's got to be 10.
I go with 9.
What's he got to do to get 10? He's top scorer in the league.
I know.
I don't want to give a 10 in the midway point of the season to anyone.
Fair.
Okay. That's my.
But halfway through the season, he's been perfect.
Well, he haven't, did he? Because he just missed a sitter. That could have got us a point.
It's harsh. I don't know what else you want to do.
No, that's a 10. 10 is perfect.
So if he scored against Hull,
he's as close to perfect as you can be without being perfect.
The guy we signed on a free last season.
I'm not criticizing.
22-year-old
9 is a
signed on a free last
score.
season.
I'm just saying,
outright top scorer in the league for a team in 16th place. 9.
Scored 41% of our goals.
I'm just saying. I don't want to give 10 midpoint of the season, and also for me, 10 is like perfect, and I don't think anyone in the team has been perfect.
Your scale is wrong then.
No,
not your scale is wrong.
I would accept a 9.5.
Well, we don't do decimal points, unfortunately, in this.
Maybe we should start.
Yeah.
I just made this up 5 minutes before we went on the podcast, lads.
Tell because you gave him a 9.
Lee, your favourite player, Yom.
3.
You joking?
No.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I'm going to go 6. Ben?
5.5.
So round it up.
So,
or down?
1 goal, 1 assist this year, by the way. Nothing since November.
Maybe recency bias. I'm pushing to 6 because I think he's been good since Matos has come in.
1 goal, 1 assist. It's not good enough.
It's fine if he'd had 12 more goals. You'd had a 9 off Luke.
Yeah.
You've gone 5. We're literally 1 score apart. Lee's the outlier here. His only assist this year as well. Not to expand on the scores, but was the Norwich one where he gives it to Vipotnik on halfway. And all the Norwich defenders are backing off, and he's got he got an assist from a corner.
Yeah, hold on now.
And for Timon's screamer.
We'll check this now. I was going to say on the weekend, against Blackburn.
I'm telling you, has had an assist from a corner.
No, he hasn't. His one assist is the Norwich one. That's his only assist this year.
I was just going to point out some people call it assist, some don't. But the own goal against Blackburn, that was him putting across the face of the goal. If that was Fantasy Premier League, that would be an assist. So apparently he's had 2. He had an assist.
He's had an assist from a corner.
It counted. Blackburn one counted apparently, according to Transfer Market.
The Blackburn one has counted, is it? It's not everyone's given it to him, I think.
He had one against Norwich, one against Blackburn. That's what the website says. I don't know what the corner was. Maybe someone else took it.
No, I might be in the cup, but he's had an assist from a corner.
Oh yeah, he has one in the cup against West Brom. Oh no, who was it against? Forest. Yeah, Premier League opposition.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, he shouldn't have the assist for the Norwich one because Vipotnik does all the work. He just does a 3-yard pass to him. So he can have the Blackburn one. So I'm still only giving him 1 goal, 1 assist this year.
Right, there we
are. Okay. Let's leave that one there. Liam, Cullen, Ben.
5.
Lee.
6.
I think 5 as well.
Do we want to do
Benson? Well, he's played more than some of the guys we've ranked.
2.
Oh, that's the wrong person. 2 as well.
2.
Ben. Oh, I thought you were going to go 1. I thought you were going to go 1. Ben, Bobby Wills.
6.
Lee.
5.
5 for me as well. Lee Anusa.
3.
3. 4. I'm going to go
5.
Ida. For me first, isn't it? I'm going to go 5 for Ida. Ben.
4.
Lee.
5.
Lee. Ronald.
4.
4. You've rated him higher than that. You've rated him higher than Yom.
Only because
his name.
he has 3 goals, 3 assists. So he's done a little
You're
bit
just
more
looking at numbers now.
What else can I look at? The performance has been awful and they haven't done anything.
Sometimes the pass before the assist is just as important as the assist.
Oh God. It's Def's problem we're talking about that.
No, but I think he's done more on the ball, like to make an opportunity than Ronald has. That's what I'm trying to say. Ronald usually just runs into a corner and then
I'm just giving him 1 extra just because of he's had more goal contributions and his fitness and his game time, and I think he's good defensively. So
what's his assist or goal contribution per minute played versus
I've got it in front of me actually. So his is 347 minutes per goal contribution. Is 745.
Really?
I don't think that's what Luke was expecting, though.
I don't. No. Is that even adding up though?
I mean, you think about it. You've got 6 contributions against 3, so I would have thought Ronald would have been.
And he's played 28 games.
I thought Ronald would have played twice as much. Maybe I'm just undervaluing his minutes.
Well, he's had 1,500 minutes, and Ronald's had just over 2,000.
There we are.
Okay, I thought it would have been. Yeah, I thought it would have been a bigger difference than there. That's what I was.
I mean,
getting at.
We are split in hairs with them because I think. Yeah, I'm being harsh again. Don't start me again. I don't want to be harsh.
Ronald.
6.
Oh, okay. I was going to give him 5. There we go. That's all of them in there. Josh Thomas.
Yeah. So I think I can count on one hand for all of us people we gave more than a 6. So that pretty much sums up where we're at.
There's quite a few.
I mean, who did we say? We said Viguru, Timon.
I think yours is less than everyone else's.
Viguru, the centre halves, Timon, Galbraith. Well, the back 4 and the keeper.
I would tell you, but I haven't put the names in my sheet yet, so I can't know what numbers represent who.
I mean, I gave
cross-reference it to the list that we've just gone through, but
I gave 2 10s, a 9, and an 8.
Can I just say, I give Fisher a 7. I thought you might be confused at that, but I genuinely think when he's played this season, he's actually done a lot better than I've expected.
Yeah, he's been good.
He's been as solid as he's been in a Swans shirt.
I gave him a 6. I just couldn't bring myself to give someone a 7 who's played like 2 games.
I guess that's the way. The way you're looking at it, and really, I've just judged what I've seen rather than take away from the fact, because he's only ever going to be a cup keeper. Unlike the likes of Sam Parker, who I think it's not fair to judge outfield. You're only going to see Fisher, but you're not going to see Fisher now unless Figueroa gets injured. So I think it's fair to properly judge the performances that he did give us. The only thing is, maybe I should have lowered him because he's absolutely abysmal at saving penalties. And he's had enough penalty shootouts this season to have at least saved one. He might have actually saved one. He might have saved one. I don't know. Did he save one in one of the earlier rounds?
Yeah, we won the cup shootout, didn't we, against Plymouth?
Yeah, but did they save it or did they miss?
Yeah, he saved the last one.
Right. He's 5'11", and he
didn't get near any of the other ones.
1, I think, from memory. We were
there. But that's
fine.
I wouldn't be able to do it either. So I think we just been spoilt with Fabianski and Vorman. We.
Oh yeah,
was Mulder good at it as well? Mulder was decent at pens, wasn't he? Was it Mulder?
Yeah. Nordfeld, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't think Figueroa saved one. I don't think he has, is he?
No, not that he's faced too many, man. We're not awful at giving away penalties.
No, I mean he had the one Saturday. I can't think of another one.
We just give away silly ones when we do. Okay, do you want to bring up the predictions now?
I got them loaded. Lee, close your eyes. This is going to get worse for both of us. Spoiler.
Are you joking?
Yeah. Again, this bloody Hull of screwed.
This is why you should trust my player ratings more than Lee's.
In a different world, the Hull games, home and away, would have gone differently, and I'd be in first place.
I feel like this is just the same conversation every week now. You're telling me that you've got all these near misses in these results, but the fact of the matter is you've got to judge how is Swansea not going to win this game.
But that's
what you've got to think.
All the little last minute goals and stuff just go in your favour.
Yeah, not that there any.
There was no last minute goal against Hull.
Yeah. But we should have.
We should have won the game.
Yeah, thank you, Lee. But no, first up, Birmingham, we all went for a Swans win. I think 9 times out of 10, we all would have had either a correct scoreline or correct result.
What did I put in Birmingham?
You went 1, or you went 2-1. Somehow it ends 1-1.
We should have won that 2-1, boys. Not gonna lie.
We should have won it 1-0.
We should have won that. Nah, we should have won that.
We should have won it 4-1.
Yeah, we should have hammered them, to be fair. Yeah,
we should have won that 2-0. We should have never conceded. Should have had more than a goal.
To be fair, the only one of the 3 that hit the post that should have really gone in was Ronald's. So I'm robbed 2-1. I've been robbed. Should be more ahead.
We should have kept a clean sheet though.
Okay.
Should have gone bar and bounced out to the halfway line. No, Blackburn we won. It was 3-1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we all had the correct result. None of us actually had the correct score. But first league game, we scored 3 this season. Can't really blame us there. And then, Lee, close your eyes. You were correct. Result, at least, Lee. I didn't. It was 2-1 to Hull, which Lee got spot on the money. I went 2-2. Lee went 2-0 to Hull. So
I'm just scanning through my predictions, and I think the moral of the story is 2-1 is the most likely outcome in every game.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't. Obviously, we're not allowed to guess 1-1. There haven't actually been that many 1-1s this season. There's been, 1 up here? I swear that's the most common result in football, isn't it?
It's 3 1-0s.
Birmingham, Millwall, where's the other one? Oh, right at the top, Watford.
So the 1-1 thing is on 15 points for just 1-1s, plus however many other draws we've had. So how many draws have we had?
Outside of that, there's been 1, 2, 2 apparently. That can't be right, surely. Must have.
Yeah, we haven't had many draws.
6 games we've drawn. 3 of them been 1-1. So 18 points. So how many points is the lowest of us on?
1-1 would be in last. Lee's
only by 2 points though. You're beating 1-1 by 2 points, Lee.
It's fine. I'm beating most prolific score in football. I feel good. It's just funny enough, actually, that 1-1 draw against Birmingham was Matos' first draw. 13 games.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'd rather win, lose than draw, to be fair, because you just have a higher points.
I mean, we could do a point on the road somewhere.
We beat Oxford, didn't we?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Right. Got to predict the next 2 games then. So there's no Saturday, Tuesday, Saturdays. So just go 2 weeks ahead. Watford away and Sheffield Wednesday at home. So Lee, you've got the honours.
Watford.
Just noticing, Lee, you've gone in the last 6. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Lee's
6.
Lee's
In the
scores
last
are like
7 weeks, you've
chucks
gone
a pair of
6.
dice.
Yeah, you've gone 6 home wins and a draw, and all of them clean sheets to the home team.
Oh yeah, all of them zeros. And if you go back the other 3, there's another 2 zeros there.
Yeah.
You don't like both teams to score bets, do you?
No, but this one I am going to go. I'm going to take Luke's 2-1 to Watford.
To Watford, is it? So Watford are winless in their last 3. They've gone from a brilliant run of form to just bang average and people calling for the manager to be sacked.
Also, they don't rate their own Kunda that much. They do, but
Mm.
they don't. They said he's got an attitude problem and they haven't even been starting. And they
To be
haven't
fair-
scored a goal since those 2 free kicks he scored against us and then the week after.
Yeah, I haven't heard much about him since, like,
Yeah,
because we
he
played him
said-
like
he
third game
said
of the season.
He's got issues apparently, and the
So-
manager doesn't like the flair apparently because he's too pragmatic.
He was best player on the pitch by far when we played him down here. And then, like you said, he's gone quiet since then.
Watch the Watford preview. They talk about it in a bit more detail because I told them that you said he was the best player you've seen in the league,
Yeah,
and
he
they
was.
disagreed. So you can hear what they have to say. And they're good lads. They are the Watford ones. They're funny.
I'm gonna go for a brave 2-1 to the Swans. Matos is second away.
I can't believe you've done this to me.
Can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe you've done this.
You've nicked my score both ways.
Good. That's what I like to see.
What am I going to go for you then? Because I don't think they concede many goals. So 1-1 is probably the score.
It doesn't matter what you say. He'll just put the score in, and then, I don't know, the ref will chuck it in the net at some point to give you the score that you need.
I'm going to say 2-2. But I really think it's going to be 1-1.
Yeah, it reeks of 1-1 this game. But I can't bring myself to go.
See, it'll be 2-1 now either way. See, Ben, we've both gone 2-1, and there'll be some ridiculous, like, last-minute goal or something to give him 2-0.
One of you is just going to say that you're robbed just because I've gone 2-0.
I'm going to bet on 2-0 now because that'll. Yeah, I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, because you don't win bets.
Yeah,
Right,
true.
Is that your plan? Are you going to start chucking money at me losing the league?
Wednesday, let's go. Oh, we got to win that. Like 3-0. Swans.
You're going 3-0.
That's
I'm gonna quickly go 2-0 before you change your mind. Just some background here. Wednesday, in the last 7 games in all competitions, one of them was an FA Cup game against Brentford, to be fair. But 7 games in all competition have not scored a goal. Some of those results include 2-0 to Bristol City, 2-0 to Birmingham, 1-0 to Portsmouth, 2-0 to Brentford, 3-0 to QPR, 3-0 to Preston, 0-0 against Blackburn Rovers.
I mean,
and Bannon's going now as well, isn't he?
I'm going to go 3-1 because what's the point? Do I think we're going to score 4? So I think we score more than 1, yes. So like I haven't got many options here now, have I? So like Bannon's going, and I think half the team's injured. Did someone just say that?
I didn't say anything about injuries. It wouldn't surprise me, considering how small their squad was at the start of the season. I mean, let's tell you what, as a game, I know we don't want this to run on. I'm going to look up the most recent Sheffield Wednesday lineup, see how many of them you know.
I think we scored 3 against Blackburn now as well. They're the only team in the league not to score 3, aren't they?
So from that team, considering Bannon's going, Jamal Lowe is still starting for them. Mentally's there, mind. I know he's in his 30s now, but still.
Considering we couldn't afford to pay him, which is why he didn't stay.
Yeah. And then you've got Liam Palmer at right back, who I know. And I don't know any of their other players. I know their striker purely because we were linked to it. Some 20-year-old who scored like 3 goals. Yeah, it's a bunch of kids.
Isn't their good goalkeeper injured as well? So is the Cardiff guy still playing, or are they?
It's
their good
Murphy
goalkeeper
Cooper,
back?
who I've never heard of, quite frankly. So yeah, it's a tragic scene of events for them, to be honest.
On their bench as well. Liam Cooper.
What, former Leeds boy? Okay, I do know him. Say boy.
Nathan Redmond.
Nathan Redmond.
No.
He's on the bench. Apparently, he must have been free, is he?
Yeah, so Liam Cooper's 34, so he's got in free fall.
What do you mean? When did they sign Redmond?
I don't know. He's got to be old as well, isn't he?
He's only 31.
Did he go abroad for years?
Well, he went to Burnley. most recently he was at Burnley. He didn't, it could be like you'd see what they do with their wingers, Benson. So God knows what shape he's in, mind. But
That's all I know from the bench.
yeah, so hold on. Let me just go back a second now. So last season, did he play at all? He played twice in the Championship, 1 assist. He just had
Injured.
hamstring and calf injuries the entire season. And the 2 appearances he made for Burnley was 6 minutes and 7 minutes. Miracle he got an assist, let's be honest. And then the season before, he was at Burnley again, actually played 12 times in the Prem. But again, yeah, it's been since like 2022 that he actually played regular minutes without getting injured for Besiktas.
So-
That's how far back you have to go.
They've got Ike Ugbo as well, but he's out.
All right, okay.
Um,
They've got no one right now of note.
no, I'm just looking at their list. So
Yeah.
they all, and then there's all kids, and then is anyone else? Nathan Shalaba, but he's out.
They got Chalobah. Is it a different chat? Must be a different chat.
No, it's Nathaniel Shalaba, like the one
Seriously?
31 years old. Yeah,
Who played for Watford?
Christ, is he that old now?
Yeah.
Because he played for Watford in the Prem, didn't he? Go
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
I have to go back to like 2017 or something. But
So Redmond, Bannon, and Shalaba,
That's blown my mind. I
and
didn't think they were there.
Ingleson are the only 4 midfielders they've got over 20, really. Which is
he was at West Brom not long ago, Chalobah.
Anyone in the defence? Max Lowe, he's out though.
I mean, we got to win that game, haven't we? At home.
So like they haven't got a team anyway, and the team that they have got, half of them are injured.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
mean,
well,
we got to win that game at home.
they haven't scored a goal in 7 games, so
It was like this last year against them. Remember, we won 3-0, but
Yeah,
it was a bit sketch.
mm,
Oh yeah, Pierce Charles is the keeper, the one
right.
that's like highly rated, and he's out, isn't he? So they signed someone like Cardiff's 3rd choice keeper on an emergency loan, didn't they?
Oh, did they?
But
Is
I
that
don't
what
know
that
if he
meant?
is
Oh, yeah.
still. I'm not sure if it's him or whether he's gone back, because that was an emergency loan, so I'm not sure how long that lasts. And I was back in like October, I think, or like
Let me have a
before.
check. Oh, no, it was Horvath.
Oh yes,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right.
That's the one.
Yeah, 16 games and gone. Yeah, I think they'll be just glad if they've got a club next season, to be honest, but we'll take the 3 points.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that was all right, isn't it? Just over an hour. We
Yeah, good
waffled
effort.
on about Sheffield, but thanks as always for everyone tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, all the rest of it. I think you can do some sort of hype thing on YouTube. I still don't know what that is, but do it because apparently it's good. It really help us out. And we shall catch you in the next video. Hopefully we'll have a couple of good results to talk about again.
Catch you in a bit.
See you later.